Hi everyone, Surat here once again. This time, as you might be able to tell from the screen in front of you, we're going to be tackling Dragon Age Origins. Now, I'm well aware that this game has been done more than a few times, and even been done very, very well. By people I know. But the thing is, after watching those Let's Plays, I came to a decision. Every single one of you is a big softie. I mean, really? You take weeks or months to walk from point A to point B and back just to answer a question for one girl? You spend precious resources and time and endanger one of your own party members, one of the people that's been fighting right alongside you for the sake of keeping one happy family together? Really? I mean, the blight doesn't stop just because you're doing good things for other people, you know? So, I thought, yeah, let's do something just a little bit different. This time, I'm evil. I'm going to be a dwarf noble, and this dwarf noble's main goal is going to be the end of blight as soon as possible so he can get back underground and back to his throne, or, you know, whatever fate may await him. Other people, they're just kind of ancillary. They don't really matter. Well, unless they can provide us with some form of help or amusement, anyway. With that said, I've already got them created. I've got a cat that's tripping up the place down here, so that's normal. And well, his name is Tharus Aeducan. And he stares at you. He judges you silently. But let's begin. And enough of that. Next, we get some coercion. Because he is a noble, he can still sweet talk if he really has to. And he's going to be sword and board, so we'll pick those two skills up. And because I am not particularly good at this game, we'll keep it on normal. And thus begins the Dwarf Noble origin. When it loads. And it stops freezing. Come on. Come on.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called deep roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endren of House Aeducan, the 9th Aeducan ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue, and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lord. You are dressed and ready. Excellent. I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
Better safe than sorry. Shield me.
Certainly. You'll cut an imposing picture out there. Of course, if every other noble has a shield and 3 swords, you'll feel awfully underdressed.
You forget your place. I am not to be mocked.
I'm sorry, my lord. The festivities put me in an odd mood.
that's no reason to forget your rank.
No, of course not. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
What of my brothers?
Out and about. I saw them on my way here, browsing the shops. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Perhaps we should go show them what single combat is really all about. And by we, I mean you. I'll practice my cheering.
Why don't you want to fight in the provings, Gorham?
You remember last year's open proving? It took your father's smith 6 hours to remove my helmet. I'm not meant for single combat. I fight as my lord's second in shield. That's enough for me.
Oh, let's go see the merchants then.
Right behind you, my lord. The day is ours until the feast.
So a man who can't fight in one-on-one combat is my second. That doesn't inspire me with a huge deal of confidence. And sorry folks, because this is a new game, we have a small amount of, quests that will pop up from time to time here. You didn't need to save the game there, sheesh. Let's raid. 5 copper. That's it. Yeah. Controlling party members, don't care.
And I'm off.
And we take all that. We can sell stuff. Hey, got something else to look at. Father. Good grief. So many little helpers pop up there. Okay. Now, so you get the idea. We're a dwarf noble. This is our first commission.
All right.
All that good stuff. Let's see what we can find around here. Bah, guards. Ah, Trian's room is locked. Darn it. See if he had a diary.
Oh.
Now, who was that? What do you think you're doing in my brother's room?
I'm sorry. I thought you were Prince Balon coming down the hall. Forgive me.
What are you doing in my brother's quarters?
It seems she's one of your brother Balon's newest, companions. Prince Balon is attending the feast being held in Lord Aeducan's honor.
Yes, of course. It was presumptuous of me to think that he would return to... I am sorry. I will show myself out, with your leave, my lord.
Gorham, tell her that she may take her leave of me.
Go.
Thank you. I will go now.
Ooh. You can't get into his chest. Wonder if he keeps anything in his armor. Just a belt, huh? Well, that's boring. Ooh, pile of books. What have you been reading? Nothing important. A letter? Love it. My dearest Prince Balon, you are too kind to me. I am a small and insignificant thing, and I do not deserve your attention, but your willingness to tolerate my presence shows you to be a prince among men. I cannot thank you enough for the beautiful necklace you presented me. I will cherish it always, and I promise I will wear it at our next meeting. I know my gratitude means nothing to you, but I must say again thank you. I will always be your humble and devoted servant. Yours truly are. Rika, huh? Ooh. Balon's got himself a little girlfriend, it sounds like. What's going on out here?
I am at your service.
Don't care. Get back to work. Let's explore, shall we?
No sign of trouble here.
I didn't ask you. Diamond Quarter, wherein the merchants reside.
Your father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
You already said that. Shut
Sure,
up
we can
now.
work this out reasonably. It's in the records. There's nothing I can do.
Huh, what's going on here?
Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lord Aeducan, you can vouch for my work, can't you? My father loved my History of Aeducan, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
You don't even have a beard. What's going on here?
This worm has written a book that slanders my house.
What does it say?
It doesn't matter, it's all lies.
Tell me what it says, scholar.
My work tells the stories of all those raised paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire to be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
Get to the point. Why is Brunton so angry?
Volney became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the Shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
True or false, the Paragon's reputation must be protected.
Exactly. Just because it happened doesn't mean it's the truth, old man. Your Highness, allow me to kill this worm for his disrespect.
Do as you like. It's nothing to me.
Of course not.
No, please,
That man had the patronage of many powerful houses.
House Volney has some new enemies, then.
Nothing we can't handle. Excuse me, Your Highness.
He's a fool, and a low-placed one at that. House Mino was that scholar's patron. They will crush House Volney like a warrior treading upon a centipede.
I do so love the games of the nobles.
I don't think the poor nobles of Orzammar know what they're in for.
Ah, it's good to be the ruling class. It'll be even better if I can turn out to be the king.
Small bolt of cloth? That's outrageous. You certainly have some gall, merchant. What?
My lord, these are surface silks, dyed with the finest saffron and indigo and embroidered by skilled elven
Silks.
tradesmen. I've seen Prince Balon Aeducan himself wearing a robe made of something quite similar.
So I pay your exorbitant price, only to end up looking like a poor imitation of Prince Balon. You'll get no coin from me.
What's going on
That's
here?
not what I meant, my lord. My lord!
So what's all this about?
My lord Aeducan, you honor me by visiting my humble booth. May I show you my wares?
Gorham, why is this man speaking to me?
Because he has forgotten his place.
1,000 pardons. Please, forgive me, Your Highness.
This looks to be mostly fabrics from the human lands. These merchants form alliances with those who have abandoned our ways to live on the surface.
We trade our good steel and stone for this?
It's a shame, I agree. Perhaps we should get going.
Perhaps. Yeesh.
Our trust follow, big brother. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my sibling's second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
I go where I want, when I want, Trian.
Your lack of a sense of duty to your house is obvious. I can't imagine why you are receiving a commission. I expect after tomorrow I'll spend much time apologizing to the heads of the noble houses for the deaths of their children under your incompetent command.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, Trian?
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast.
It's cute how you think you can order me around.
I'd advise you to watch that tongue, dear sibling. Father will not live forever. Come, Balon.
Ignore him. It's my day, not his.
Of course, my lord.
I'm a little too fast on clicking those buttons, aren't I? We got another merchant.
My lord Aeducan, nothing here rivals your amazing Aeducan armor. If you wish something made...
You know very well House Aeducan has its own royal armorers.
Of course. Forgive me.
Show me your wares anyway, merchant, so I may laugh.
Your Highness.
Oh, not as good as what I have, really. Well, it is, but I'll never let him know that. Anyway, nope, nothing special here.
Darling. It rivals even the work of the Paragon Smith herself.
Nonsense, woman. Your words bring shame upon our house.
Exactly.
See how the edges are rough and pitted? Would you compare this to Bronca's work? Trust a woman to speak of things she doesn't understand.
Sheesh. Ah, poor Bronca. Haven't seen her. She's probably dead, though. Well, anyway, it is time to cut the video, so I will see everyone back next time for more Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Evil Edition. Take care, folks. See you later.